In this video we take a look at the Yeovil Railway Centre in Somerset. The Railway Centre operates a one locomotive in steam policy, all points being clipped to prevent any movements towards the running line. It does have a connection onto Network Rail for incoming steam charters where locomotives can be serviced on site, and they do have a turntable. There are signals on site, though these are only used for indication purposes and are not actually interlocked to the points as such. Points are kept clipped and padlocked, and the driver of the locomotive, the only one in steam, has to be seen the key before they can proceed. They share a bay platform with Network Rail, which is used for storage of stock. The Yeovil Railway Centre runs down one side, and Network Rail uses the other side of the platform. There are stop signs as well on site, and the railway line roughly is half a mile in length. So let's have a look around with William, who shows us around the site.
Right, so normal running days, once the points are set, that's kept up.
Yeah. So that one's all working. We do use our ground signals.
Down at Wilderness Junction, the halfway point along the line, that's where the old Yeovil Junction signal box used to sit. And Yeovil Junction itself was quite a big operation, many branches between the broad gauge and the standard gauge, parts of which were never built. But we'll take a look now with William down the line and see what actually is there.
So this is, your line ends here at this temporary platform just there.
Just beyond it.
So was this originally the curve that went down to join the other line underneath?
We'll wander down and I'll show you. It makes a lot more sense when we're down this. And we can go through where the broad gauge used to.
Yes, because it was broad and standard.
Yeah. So as we're coming down here to the far corner of our site, the curve sweeps us round towards Yepminster.
Yep.
And then goes off down to Weymouth.
And this is the end of your new extension?
Yes. Yeah, this is the end of it. And one requirement for us to put in this southboard extension is to make sure that we had a curve at the end.
Yeah.
So that there wasn't any way, if we did have a runaway, that it could go
onto the Network Rail side.
Network Rail side, so the two kind of point away from each other.
So what will you lay this in, wood or concrete? It's fair dip as well, I noticed. It's a bit of a downhill grade.
Yes, so we'll wander down here and go through it.
Just good timing that.
So what we're looking at here is a extension that we're making to our main operating line. So this track bed was dug out in 1864.
Yep.
It was proposed to be broad gauge, but there was never any track laid on this. So all the cutting was done, all levelled off, never used. So what we're doing here is we're cutting everything back, we're re-levelling. We'll have quite a steep gradient and a lot of cutting back to do to get it to match into our line. You'll come round here and there's a new station, new platform going in on the right hand side.
That'd be nice. So you'll be able to drop people on, off, on, off, and then have a wander around site.
So we'll have a proper platform and that will lead up. We'll put in proper sort of disabled ramps and steps and everything. So you'll be able to come up from the platform up into our main events field. We have a proposed idea for in the future whether we can put an extra siding in.
Yeah.
Possibly a sort of carriage shed, open carriage shed
Yeah,
arrangement.
because you've got the space down here, haven't you?
Or yeah, potentially as well, here's where we'd like to put maybe a demonstration signal box.
Yes.
So that visitors, when they come down, have got a nice amount to do down here.
Yeah, keep them here for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
This is a location for the Junction's original signal box, and if you follow the links in the description later, we can give you some more information about the actual signal box, its demolition and subsequent re-signalling.
So as part of us getting the lease for the site in the 90s, a requirement was to take the yard
Lights
lights
down.
down.
Oh, blimey. Yeah, they are quite tall, aren't they?
But no, they're quite handy for train spotting if we get any mainline stuff coming.
The railway also has this very nice Great Western lower quadrant signal, recovered from Yeovil Pen Mill, and donated to the railway. It's interesting as it has the slotting arrangement for operating the route blinder in the middle of the post itself. The railway operates a small steam and diesel fleet operated from a shed at the top of the site near the turntable. But also, in the listed goods building, it has a small museum with a lot of signalling ephemera. There's a charred panel, Yeovil Junction diagram, and these are interwired together over a long-term plan to make this more of an exhibition and demonstration for the public, as well as a load of signalling lamps, block instruments and other ephemera based on signalling. So it's well worth a look around.
Or you can select it yourself.
Yeah.
That's very interactive, I like that. There's a lot of lamps.
Yeah, just a few. So as far as I'm aware, one of these lever frames comes from up in Scotland. I can't remember the box off the top of my head. And these came to us, I think, through the National Railway Museum. And our long-term plan is not to keep them like this.
Yes.
But the plan is, with our South Chord project, is to have a demonstration signal box. And it will be, just more as a demo so you can feel the weight on the levers.
Yep.
And to sort of explain what each one does rather than necessarily using them to signal our railway.
Now, Will and Tony are after anyone who can help them assist in the charred panel project, or indeed in any future signalling projects. So if you have any signalling experience or knowledge, or you just generally want to give a hand, if you have a look in the link in the description comments at the end, and please give Will and Tony a ring. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video.